It's on. Hey guys, it's FLW Tour Pro Adrian Avina. Right behind us I have my Bass Cat Era. This is a 2013 Bass Cat with a 2013 Pro XS. This is the brand new model. It's the Bass Cat Era. It's their newer one. They basically just had this in the line for the last couple years now. And as you can see, I have the high definition rims and tires on here. That's one crucial thing from your getting to point A to point B is you need to have good tires, and these tires that come standard with these Bass Cats are phenomenal. One of the most crucial things to any bass boat or any boat in general is the motor. And I chose to run a Mercury 250 Pro XS this year. It's the first time for me running a Pro XS, and I love it. It's by far the best motor I have ever ran. And I think just from talking to people and being out on tour this year, I mean, this is by far the most reliable motor right now on the market. Along with the motor, I ran a 26 pitch Fury prop. The Fury prop was also designed by Mercury, and it's probably the best prop that you can run besides a 4-blade when you get in some rough water with this Mercury 250 Pro XS. Along with all of that, as you can see too, is I have these power poles on here. Both of these are 10-foot blades. They're blue in color. The reason why I went with the 10-footers is there was a lot of times in the last year and the last couple of years when I was in that 6 to 8 foot range and my 8-footers just simply wouldn't hold. So I chose to go with those 10-footers, and that was a smart decision because, I mean, I can't tell you how many times when I was in the 8-9 foot range that I needed to hold, and these things got it done. Another thing that I have on this boat is an Atlas hydraulic jack plate. That jack plate is crucial whenever you're trying to get out of the water in shallow water. And basically, there's a lot of times, like for example, like being up here in the Northeast, we fish a lot of stuff that's close to the shore and close to the ocean, so a lot of stuff's tidal. So those mud flats and those flats that constantly move around a little bit. So when you're trying to get into some stuff or get out of some stuff, you always need a jack plate to jack that motor up so you can run over some of that things. And also this year on Lake Okeechobee, that was another crucial thing when you're running those boat lanes. It's crucial to have one of these jack plates just because there's a lot of times when you're going to be in about 1.5 feet of water, and to have one of them things is smart, especially to try and save your motor. Another thing here, real quick, as we're in the back of the boat, is as you can see down here, this right here is one of the LED backup lights that Bass Cat has standard on the trailer. They make their trailers themselves at Bass Cat, and there's 2 of them on there, and they are the brightest backup lights that I have ever seen. And it's really crucial, especially for me when I'm practicing for these tournaments. I'm always trying to fish dark to dark, and whenever you're by yourself or you're going back and down an unlit boat ramp, they're crucial to have. We're going to get ahead and we're going to work over to the console. For basically all the stuff that's back there, I got switches here. So for the power poles, I got a power pole switch. All you got to do is you got to double click it and they go down. And it's crucial to have. I also have one up front, and then all you got to do is double click it and they come right back up. I also got the trim right here. This is actually for the jack plate, the hydraulic jack plate. And there's a meter. I got smart gauges on this boat as well. And then you have the trim for the motor up and down. And that's crucial to have so you can have 2 hands on the wheel at all times. It's definitely something that you need to do. It's just for safety precautions. It's smart to always have 2 hands on the wheel. Another thing here is I run Lowrance Electronics. I have 3 graphs on this boat. A lot of people, they ask me, why do you need 3? Why isn't 2 just enough? To answer that question, I like to run 2 graphs at the console. I have one flush mounted, and then I have this one here on a ram mount. And basically having 2 graphs on the console, it allows you to bring up 2 different mappings. And that's crucial, especially when a lot of guys are starting to really catch on in the offshore bite, and a lot of guys are graphing around trying to find all the same stuff. Well, when I'm running 2 different graphs with 2 different mappings on there, a lot of times there's like a little point or a little dip or a little swing that might show up a little different on one than the other, and a lot of times I can catch on to that and possibly, you know, find a little sweet spot within the spot. As you can see here, it's the same tire setup. Up front here, we'll go over some of the trailer stuff up here. Again, some of the features that Bass Cat thought about was absolutely genius, and it really makes it easier for us fishermen. A lot of times when I'm by myself, backing up the boat into the water, and say when it's cold out, especially being up here up north, it's always good to stay out of the water. So instead of trying to keep balance on something like this, you have a platform now where you can just stand on. And this pole right here saved me, I can't tell you how many times. It really allows you when you're backing up way up into the water, you want to stay out. It really allows you to be to have support, whether it's for you or your co-angler or somebody that's helping you back the boat and bring it back up. Another thing here, as you can see, is the winch. It's got a great winch on it, but then also it's got a great deal here. It just allows it's a real heavy duty jack that allows you to get your boat up and down. A lot of times you're sitting there jumping on your tailgate with those other ones. Well, this one here lifts it up and it comes right off the trailer every time, really nice. Another thing here, which I can't forget, is a Minn Kota Fortrix trolling motor. I think these motors right here are the best trolling motor out in the market right now. And I run the 101 Fortrix. It's got the long shaft because a lot of times I'm up here up north fishing in a lot of big water, and that long shaft allows that trolling motor to stay in the water and allows me to fish. And it doesn't, I mean, it's just an easier way to go. You can always jack it up, you know, but you can't make a bigger trolling motor if you don't have one. So another thing here, that's a smart decision for anybody that's fishing rough water, is this is a troll lock. It's made by RMC, and basically all I got to do to get it out, I just got to hit the switch. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just hit it with my foot and then it'll come right up. But this allows the trolling motor to be really support there. It's really supportive. I mean, it's like a brick, you know, it's almost like it's connected to the boat, and that's crucial. And I can't tell you how many times before where I had 4 or 5 bungee cords on my trolling motor just to make sure that when I got to my spot, everything wasn't all tore up. Another thing here, just to upgrade on the trolling motor. As you can see, I mean, we just spent a lot of hours out there, and any little thing that can go wrong, you try and really fix it before you get out there. So this here, this is a new product that's out in the market right now, and basically this is just a cable coated in plastic. So you're not dealing with the rope, because I can't tell you how many times when I went and tried pulling on my trolling motor, just the rope itself, and it break, and either I fall on my butt or it just breaks, and it just cost me a couple hours of fishing. That's basically it for the outside. As you can see, I got my spare tire down there below the boat. But I'm going to get ahead. I'm going to jump in here now. I'm going to go over some of the inside. The one thing that's different about this boat, different than the other models of Bass Cats, like such as the Cougar and the Puma, is the layout structure. First off, we're going to go over these two right here on the right and our left. As you guys all know, they're just our rod boxes. I choose to only use one rod box just because, as you can see, how deep these rod boxes are, and how wide they are, and just how much access you have. Really, I mean, I can fit 25 rods in one, so I choose to use the other side. But as you can see, I just keep some of the spare stuff in here. I got my spare prop, which is a 4-blade, just in case it really gets in rough water conditions. I got a couple life jackets down there. I got my throw cushion. I got a little toolbox down there just in case anything bad happens. Then here, these two here are both for my all my tackle. This compartment up here, that's just basically if I'm going out fishing, and just odd and end plastics that I like to use just for that day. I'll throw them up there in a couple bags. And then this is basically for all my big boxes. I got some bigger boxes with some big crankbaits. I got my line, I got my miscellaneous stuff just in case anything is in there, and just in case I need it. I got sunscreen and all that. I always get joked around because I get burned a lot. So I got that in there. And also over here on this other side, this is basically where I got all my tackle. All these compartments are all lighted. They all got an alarm in them. So you don't got to worry about anybody coming in and stealing, because let me tell you, this alarm is probably the loudest alarm you'll ever hear in your life. So this is basically, I got it all labeled. It's all really quick to grab. It's all labeled just by what's in it. I mean, I got traps, swim baits, chatterbaits. I just want to make things quick and easy for me to grab and access, because when you're out here, time is money, and you want to make sure that you have everything right at your fingertips. And this right here, this is the rod box that I choose to use. It's just the left side. It's a little bit easier because you have all this room here to get in. The organizer, I don't use. I took the front side of the organizer out, only because when I'm fishing, I like to throw a bunch of rods into one side. I don't like to have them in both sides spread out, so I chose to take it out. Instead of only having 9 rods in there, I mean, I can honestly fit about 25 rods, halo rods in there if I wanted to. And you just got to use those rod sleeves, and those rod sleeves, I mean, they're like a dream. So they're good to have. And as you can see, I mean, there's just some like little details that's in this boat. Like here, I got a cigarette lighter. I got a light up here if I want. There's a light on this side, another cigarette lighter, and I mean, just all kinds of features in this boat that Bass Cat really thought about us fishermen, and they put them all together. They used their brains and they created one fishing machine. So we get down here a little bit further, there has two coolers. This is a cooler here. There's a cooler underneath here. Both of them hold ice really well. It's just whichever one you want to use. A lot of times I'll use one for food and one for drinks. It has a little glove compartment. This glove compartment, as you can see, I just have some miscellaneous stuff in there. I got some scissors, I got pliers, I got some Mega Strike, and that is a water sealed compartment. All these compartments here in these bass boats, or in this Bass Cat era, is all watertight. You know, I never really have any issues of water getting in it or any condensation. I mean, that's crucial when you're out here, especially spending the time that I do out on the water. Another thing that we got here, I mean, we have underneath each seat, there's also another storage compartment, and those storage compartments also have an alarm system in them as well. I chose to go with the white seat because, I mean, most of our tournaments are in the summertime, or it's just hot, and I hate sitting down and burning my butt. So I chose to go with white, just a lighter color. It's a little bit harder to keep clean, but it's an awesome seat to have, only because, I mean, they stay a lot cooler than any ordinary one. So as you see, we'll go back here a little bit further. We can look at the dash one more time. As you can just see, I mean, I just have the different gauges. I mean, I got like the smart gauge here, I got the power pulse rim, everything's set up how I wanted this boat to be set up, and that's only something that you can only ask for. It just makes life convenient. As you can see underneath the dash, I have a hot foot that allows me to keep those two hands on the wheel, and it just makes boating that much more safety. Another quick thing that I forgot to go over, this is probably one of the coolest things in this boat, because everybody always asks me, if you look at this little deal right here, you would never guess there's another compartment inside here, but right in this, that's another compartment. As you can see, I have basically all my calling stuff in there. I got my scale, I got my calling clips, I got a balance board, and it's just all the stuff that I need to call. And I mean, we all hope at some point in the day in the tournament hours we're going to be calling, so that's definitely something good to have right there at your fingertips. Again, something to save time, because time is money. We'll just poke in here real quick. Actually, I got some water in there, but these are just the live wells. It's tough for you to see, but these live wells are so deep. I can't tell you how many times there's a little crevice down there that's about yay big, and I can't tell you how many times that I've had co-anglers just go crazy because they thought there was, you know, they only had 4 fish, but I tell them all the time that, I mean, there would be 4-pounders that sit in that little hole, and I mean, it's just a pretty sweet deal, just because they're such big live wells, and they make it really good for us keeping these fish alive and practicing catch and release, and they're just great for all the environments. So it's a great live well that Bass Cat's designed. Another quick thing, we'll go over this, and this is basically the last couple things, is everything, what you'll see with these Bass Cats is everything was thought out perfect. I mean, I can't tell you 2 things that I would change in this boat, only because everything was designed so great. The oil reservoir, it's very convenient to get to. You don't got to go dig underneath your bilge or something to get it. It comes standard. This bass boat here, the Era, comes with 2 26-gallon tanks, and which is good because a lot of times you want to know right about roughly where you're at and just about the weight transfer and all that. So it's good to have 2 different tanks. And I'm running 4 batteries in this boat. They're all 31 series batteries, and they're all Decas. I believe they're probably the best batteries out in the market right now. That's why I choose to run them. But that's pretty much it. This is, again, it's a 2013 Bass Cat Era, and I'm just blessed that I'm running the Bass Cat this year. And for all you guys interested, be sure to check out basscat.com and maybe purchase a boat here in the future. Or this boat's gonna be listed here in the next couple months, so be sure to check out my website, adrianavina.com, and we'll see you guys later. Thank you.